#1 national voice in defense of your Second Amendment rights. Gun Talk, available on iTunes and on the free Gun Dealio smartphone app for Android and iPhone. To be on the air with Tom, call us now, 866-825-5486 or 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Now, here's Tom.
Gun Talk Radio, and no, I'm sorry, I'm not Tom Gresham. I'm Ryan Gresham. I'm filling in because Tom's a little under the weather today. But we are live out in Las Vegas, Nevada from the Sig Sauer Range Day. And I've got Kevin Jarnigan from Team Gun Talk here. KJ, it's kind of cold today, huh?
It is cold and windy up here in the Las Vegas desert, but a great day to be a gun owner, a great day to be a gun enthusiast. And, man, a lot of new stuff is dropping. Almost, honestly, at an hourly rate. Because just a couple hours ago, we got some insight on a new laser that comes out from SIG, and my gosh, it's amazing.
And we posted a video. So if you follow us on YouTube and Facebook and those places, sometimes you guys get to hear the first stuff. So we ran out to the range. John Hollister said, look, hey, guess what? There's a laser on that P365 from Sig Sauer. And so we went and filmed a little 1-minute video, and we posted it to YouTube. So those folks are seeing it. I wanted to go to line 3 to Trent in Ohio. Trent's calling in and has a Smith & Wesson. Trent, tell me about it.
Yes, sir. I've got a Smith & Wesson 3913, which I dearly love. But after hearing the discussion on the P365, it's lighter, it's shorter, it's skinnier, and it has more capacity. So what's not to like about that?
That's why people are so excited about this gun. Yeah, SIG introduced this P365 micro compact. It's a 9mm handgun, but it's small. It's about the size of a Glock 43, about the size of a Shield or a Springfield Armory XDS, in that similar size range, but I think technically it's smaller than those when you really measure it out. And it holds quite a bit more ammo. I mean, the regular flush fit mag is a 10-round, but you can even put a 12-round in it. Is that something that do you carry on a regular basis, Trent?
The 3913, yes.
Yeah. And you know, we actually got to shoot the SIG 365, and it's kind of snappy because it is small. You got to hold on to it. But that being said, it really wasn't a negative. Don't you think, KJ?
No, I think with any of this stuff that you're looking at and that you think you might want to get into, you know, find a gun range near you, and you know, see if you can go shoot it. You know, they offer range days around the country, and you know, just find somewhere where you can go handle these firearms, where you can get your hands on them. But man, I mean, the more capacity you got is always better, right?
That's right. Trent,
can you tell me a little bit about the frame material?
Well, the frame itself is a polymer frame.
Yeah, it's a polymer, and the slide is...
it's that nitron, it's a nitron compact, a micro compact is really what it is.
Exactly. But Trent, I bet you, like KJ's saying, I bet you that if you call a couple of the ranges or gun stores in your area, you can go find one and just try it out. I'm a big fan of trying it out, whether it's trying it out shooting it or if it's just at a gun store and you say, let me get my hands on that sucker. Because these gun companies are getting better about getting the guns in stores closer to the launch. It's not like 6 months down the road it'll be out. So, Trent, do you shoot a lot right now? You shoot a lot of handgun stuff?
Well, not in the winter time, but during the summer, yes, sir.
Well, one of the things we're giving away today, because Sig Sauer is really, you know, we think of them as a gun company, but they're an ammo company and an optics company, and heck, they even do air guns and some other things. We're giving away a case of SIG pistol FMJ ammo, some practice ammo. How about we give that to you?
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Just send it up to Michelle's store.
There you go.
That's easy.
There you go. We'll get your information, and we'll send you out a case of Sig Sauer ammo, the full metal jacket stuff. And so once it thaws out in the great white north of Ohio, you can get out there and get some trigger time, buddy.
That's fantastic, Ryan. Thank you, and thank you, Kevin.
No problem.
Thanks for the call, Trent. I appreciate it. You know, that's awesome. And, you know, it is tough for people who live up in the north. You know, it's so darn cold. I understand.
Getting range time is difficult in the winter, especially for those guys. So, Ryan, I mean, obviously being in Louisiana and everything, we don't experience the kind of cold, so we're able to get out on the range a little bit more often. I took a class last weekend with Vada. What advice would you give these shooters that are in these frigid temps that may not be able to get out to the range? What are some of the stuff that you've done or that you've heard about helping these shooters out?
Stay indoors.
Right. You're going to stay home, but is there anything out there that these guys can look at?
Oh, sure. Well, you know, obviously, because it does get cold enough where you really don't want to get out there, there's a lot of more indoor ranges up north. Look for your indoor ranges, and you may have to travel a little bit. Of course, look at some opportunities to get some dry fire practice. Dry fire practice doesn't cost you anything. And there are some systems out there. Laser Light has a system of laser targets that can be great training, but also a lot of fun. So you can kind of get some trigger time that way. Hey, I wanted to go take this call. Line 2, Don in Amarillo, Texas. Don, you're calling about AR care and setup. Tell me what you got.
Well, I just got a AR-556 Ruger.
Okay.
And I don't know really much anything about an AR.
Sure.
And I want to start it off and treat it right. You know what I mean?
Well, you have entered into possibly one of the greatest times to be in the AR market.
Yeah.
I can't even start on where you can go to find great products to outfit your gun.
Well, and as far as your care and setup, Don, obviously the internet is your friend. Lots of Google searching. You can find a lot of information and videos on YouTube to show you, how to take it apart, how to put it back together. And it's kind of one of those things that I can tell you, for me, I would say 10 years ago I wasn't real familiar with ARs, but I just jumped in with both feet. I started watching some videos online. And once you do it a few times, it's really not very difficult. As far as care and maintenance goes, ARs generally like plenty of lubrication. I have seen some of the guys who shoot them all the time. They just simply spray the sucker down with plenty of lube. So that's one of the things to keep an AR running. And then just kind of see what your gun likes as far as ammo and magazines.
Okay.
And
I've got a Mini 14. And it doesn't seem to be put together like the Mini 14.
No.
That's a different animal. Mini 14 is not an AR-15. You're exactly right. But I'm glad you got, what made you decide to buy the AR?
I've looked at them for quite a while, and I finally just broke down. The price got reasonable, and I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and buy the bullet. I want one, and there was enough room in my gun safe for it. So
there you go. I know it. Right now, there probably could not be a better time, and it's been this way for practically a year now. There couldn't be a better time for deals on guns and ammo.
No, ammo. Oh, ammo for sure. You're looking out there, and there's so many good deals out there. But I really would recommend getting to know your AR. Don't be afraid to take that sucker apart, clean it, get to know all the integral parts within it, and that'll help you understand what you want to outfit it with.
And then what you're going to have to do is you're going to start tricking it out with a Timney trigger, upgrade it with different furniture and all that stuff. Don, you're entered a brave new world. Thanks for the call, sir.
Welcome to the club. We
will be back with more Gun Talk Radio in just a bit. Taking your calls, 866-TALK-GUN, 866-TALK-GUN. This is Gun Talk Radio live from the 6 Sauer Range Day. Be back in a minute.
You know and trust Springfield Armory. Now that trusted gun maker has an AR-15 rifle with all the features you want. The Saint features a mid-length gas system, a heavy tungsten buffer, and a 16-inch chrome Molly barrel with a 1 8 twist rate. Plus, the Saint has Bravo Company's Key Mod handguard, the next generation of America's personal defense rifle. See video of the Saint in action at springfield-armory.com. That's springfield-armory.com.
This land, once wild and free, fades now from our memory. But I remember what it was like, what we were like, what we are capable of when we band together. Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. These natural wonders are where waterfowl begin their cycle of life, where the deer and the antelope play, and where we, the people, gather together to see and share what makes the outdoors so great. The time is now to band together with organizations like Ducks Unlimited. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. Shopguntalk.com.
There's only one place where you can buy that firearm you've always wanted and turn it into your very own. That place is Brownells.com. Now offering a huge selection of firearms from all your favorite brands. Brownells is the spot to buy online. When you're choosing your gun, be sure to look over the enormous selection of parts, accessories, ammo, and more to make that firearm your masterpiece. Brownells.com. Serious about firearms.
Back with more Gun Talk Radio, coast to coast, talking about guns. What in the world?
They're out there everywhere, and I love it. It is wonderful to be a part of this day and age.
Well, we are live from the Sig Sauer Range Day. This is a private media event where Sig Sauer introduces their new products and lets the media come out and cover it. So if you're a gun enthusiast, you might want to go online and search around, because I know Gun Talk, we're covering it, and there's going to be a lot of other folks covering what's happening this week at SHOT Show. SHOT Show is our big industry trade show, and it's about 65,000 people coming into Las Vegas. In the bottom half of this hour, we're going to have Steve Sanetti on from National Shooting Sports Foundation to talk about some of that. Wanted to talk about something that happened with you this week, Kevin, Jarnigan, KJ. You had a little incident.
I did. It was I had a little dadgummit moment where
that's Oklahoma speak.
That's Oklahoma speak, and but I was taking the family out for dinner. We're heading to SHOT Show. We'll go out and eat somewhere nice, and I go and don't think anything of it. And I had just taken a training course the weekend before, and so. You kind of get on high alert, and you're always high alert. But I made the decision not to carry that night, and shame. That's dadgummit moment number one. So we finished dinner, and we're exiting the restaurant, and I've got the whole family with me. So the wife's in the back; she's putting the kids in the car on the opposite side, the passenger side of the car, and my mother-in-law's in the front seat, and she says, he's trying to get your attention. And I look out the window, and there's a guy right at my window, knocking on the window. My wife is outside the car.
Mm-hmm.
It was a large gentleman. I mean, he was a big dude. So my first instinct is to get in between him and my wife on the other side of the car.
So what'd you do?
I got out.
You got out of the car.
I got out of the car and kept myself in between basically him and my wife, and he was trying to get my attention on that he was deaf and he needed money. Luckily, I try to be as polite as possible, like, we're good, but he had the speech pattern of, someone who, was hard of hearing. And so I, was not caring. And at that moment we were in tight spaces. And so he came out and hey, here's $5. Like, thank you. We're done. We're done here. And I went to get back in the car and I had not noticed my wife come back around. He was still there and she got in the car.
So this brings up something we've talked about on Gun Talk Radio before, is the need. Well, there's a lot of what ifs and could haves and should haves, right? But the need to talk with your family about these different types of scenarios.
Yes.
So I bet you had a conversation, didn't you?
I did. The conversations I had a conversation with everyone. Everyone from my mother-in-law, and I was like, you did great. You did great. You alerted me. You stayed in the car, and you kept your eyes on him. That's great. With my wife, on the conversation I had was, just get in the car. There might be a car seat there, but she was on the opposite side of the car.
Yeah, she was.
So she could have got.
She
protected. Don't come around that side of the car.
Now it turns out nothing happened. It wasn't necessarily a bad guy, but it's one of those things. I think that sometimes life gives you an opportunity to say, helps you think about it.
Yes.
If you'll take that opportunity to say, hey, I'm glad that wasn't a bad thing.
Yes.
But let me run all the what ifs. What if he wasn't just looking for money?
Right.
And now I'm standing outside the car with this guy. It'd be nice to not have to get out of the car.
Right. Where I can say, no, thank you. And, I also told my wife, you need to be as aware as I am, because he could have been, distracting me and someone be behind. So, when you start to look at a situation like that, you start having those conversations with your family that, and I encourage you guys, and we came up with one it's a safe word. It's hey, something doesn't feel right. We need to get out of the situation. And so we came up with a word that we can integrate into a sentence that's very casual. That way giving us an opportunity to kind of unite as a family and, escape that danger. But, you brought up a great point when we were talking about this coming to SHOT Show, that you pointed out my, third or fourth dadgummit moment when you said you could have called the cops after that, because I saw him approach someone as we were leaving, someone else. And I should have taken it upon myself just to say, it might not be anything, but you guys need to go check it out.
Yeah, just give them a heads up.
Yes.
And they want to know that. I mean, police, generally I find that law enforcement, they do not mind if they get calls.
That's what they're there for.
They're, we're, at least where I am, they say, no, call us. We'd love for you to call us and give us a heads up. And they may go out there and just check on him and say, hey, he's not a bad guy. He's just, but if you don't, he may be hassling, and we all think someone else is going to call about it. And that's not necessarily the case. So let's talk about some of the stuff that we're seeing right now, some of the stuff we've been shooting. We got to shoot some new guns this week. We shot the P365. That's a cool little gun.
Very cool.
We got to shoot the Ruger Precision Rimfire gun.
That was actually, I was going to ask you what kind of your favorite has been thus far. I mean, they're all great products, but there's a few that really stand out, and that's actually one that stood out to me because we were actually shooting some Aguila ammunition that are sniper subsonic. Oh, my gosh.
Quiet.
There are air guns out there that are way louder than what you shot.
So the Ruger Precision Rimfire is kind of a long-range rifle setup, but it's a .22, and it's threaded barrel, so we put a silencer on it. And with regular ammo, it's very accurate and it was very quiet. But then we said, well, how quiet can we be? Because this is a bolt gun. There's no action cycling. Wait, no, that's not a bolt. Was it a bolt gun?
Yes.
It was a bolt gun.
Yeah.
It's magazine fed,
Yeah.
but threw me off. It's magazine fed. But with these subsonic rounds, it was ridiculous.
The squirrels better watch out because like this gun, as quiet as it was, they won't see it coming. I promise you that. And I'm actually sitting here staring at a poster about a rimfire league handgun and rifle, and that's really taken off, extending your range in a rimfire league.
I think that's going to be a trend.
I think it will be.
And you know what's great about this is we were just saying it a little while ago, but ammo, it used to be a couple years ago, it was hard to find all the ammo, and it was like more expensive. Ammo is readily available. You can find deals on it. And guys and gals, go buy ammo and then go shoot it. Don't just hoard it. You can get more.
Yes, you can get more, especially now. And go take classes with it. Go take classes. Go get training. Just go shoot.
And invite friends out. This is a great time where you don't mind saying, hey, look, come on out. I know you want to go shooting. I'll even put up the ammo. You can put 100 rounds towards the betterment of the Second Amendment or the safety of your friends and family, right?
Here's the deal. You can play this in your favor. Say, hey, I want to take you shooting, okay? It's all on me.
That's right.
All I want from you is a nice steak dinner. and so you parlay a dinner for yourself out of this deal, and, I mean, you get fed.
Well, the fact of the matter is, generally, when people are invited to go shooting, they say yes. And generally, when they go shooting, they have a great time.
Absolutely.
And it takes the mystery out of it. It's challenge yourself. This is the beginning of the year. Maybe that's a little challenge. Maybe I can take someone once a week, once a quarter, whatever it may be. Look, we're going to be right back with more Gun Talk Radio. If the lines are open, 866-TALK-GUN, 866-TALK-GUN. We will be right back with more Gun Talk.
Sign up for our Gun Talk newsletter and join the Truth Squad at www.guntalk.com. Now, back to Gun Talk with Washington Times opinion page regular contributor Tom Gresham.
Back with more Gun Talk Radio. You don't have Tom Gresham because Tom is a little bit under the weather today. So now you have Ryan Gresham and Kevin Jarnigan from Team Gun Talk. KJ, it's SHOT Show time.
Yes, it is. And, last year I think Tom got sick kind of around the same time, and it just happens. And, man, he is under the weather, and he wishes he, could have been here, and he wanted to be here. But, when you have like a laryngitis, it's kind of difficult to talk on the radio.
It's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
He's probably just in Hawaii or something.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Well, we have a special guest on the line. Line 5 is no other than Steve Sanetti from the National Shooting Sports Foundation. And NSSF, they're the ones that put on SHOT Show. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Well, fine, thank you. How you doing? I'm sorry to hear Tom is under the weather. That's a real loss for everybody, and I hope he can make it at some point during the week.
Yeah, I think he's planning to come out on Tuesday morning. He will be heading out here. So he just had to take a couple extra days to rest up.
Yeah, well, I hope he gets better for soon. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, Steve, SHOT Show 2018, you guys are the ones that put this on. For those who don't know about SHOT Show, if they've been living in a hole, maybe explain to them what SHOT Show is all about and how big it is.
Sure. The SHOT Show is the premier trade show for firearms, ammunition, accessories, everything related to hunting and the shooting sports in the world. It's the largest exhibition of its kind. We have over 60,000 attendees over the 4 days the show is on. We have over 1,500 exhibitors. It's basically it's a trade show. It's not open to the general public, but this is the place where everybody comes from the industry to learn what's new, how to improve their business, how to improve their marketing, learn compliance with laws and regulations. There's all sorts of tips and hints as to how to improve your business. So it's the place to be if you want to be successful in the firearms or ammunition industry trade.
You know what's interesting about SHOT Show, and it really kind of follows, I guess, the trends, is how SHOT Show has changed over the years. You guys have really, over the, 10 or 15 years, you've added a lot of sections to the SHOT Show, haven't you?
Absolutely. This is actually the 40th anniversary of the SHOT Show, and I've been going to them since 1982, and it is a world of difference. They're totally different. Besides the show floor, which is where you obviously have booths of exhibitors showing what they've got, there's all sorts of separate sections. There's one for law enforcement equipment, and it's a huge thing. In fact, it's the largest law enforcement distribution show in the country just by itself. Wow. Then you have retailer seminars where people can learn how to be more effective retailers. We have retailer seminars going on all week. We have SHOT Show University, which is on Monday, the day before the show opens, where people can learn all sorts of things about the business. There are range and retailer seminars going on all through the course of the week. We have people from ATF come in to talk about how to be in compliance with the law, and they have a town hall where everybody can come in and ask them questions. That's a pretty unique opportunity. We also have people coming in from the Commerce Department to talk about imports and exports. We have lots of foreign visitors, so it's unbelievable. It is a huge show. We bust the seams of the Sands Convention Center here in Las Vegas, and it's the biggest show that they put on here.
Well, and that's for the firearms industry, whether you're a gun dealer or you work for a gun company. But the NSSF does a lot of things that gun enthusiasts can take part in, right? I mean, you have various programs that you put on throughout the year, and some new stuff you launched this year. Maybe tell them a little bit about that.
Sure. Okay. Well, this has been a challenging but interesting year. Obviously, gun sales really went through the roof in 2016 in anticipation of the election. And then, of course, when we have a friend in the White House and in the administration in Washington, lots of friends, some people thought, well, okay, the heat's off, so maybe we don't need to buy that gun I was worried about and might not be able to buy if Hillary Clinton and her cronies came in. So sales did drop off somewhat, but 2017 was actually among the top sales years ever. Depending how you count the background check figures, it's either the second or the third highest year ever. But the drop-off did produce some challenges, obviously. So what our board challenged us to do was to make sure that the trade was being served with programs to help reinvigorate people, to get them to the ranges, to get them shooting, to get them out hunting and that kind of thing. So we had, for example, our first National Shooting Sports Month in August. And we had hundreds of retailers and ranges across the country putting on special events and classes and education and promotions. We had a dedicated website with massive communications and social media to get people out and get them to the range. And it was a tremendous success. And we're going to reinvigorate that this year and do it even more.
We were just saying that, Steve. Yeah, we were just saying that, hey, guys, now is a great time to go shooting. You don't need to hoard that ammo. Ammo, you can get it. There's deals on guns and ammo and all this stuff. Get out to the range and get some trigger time.
Absolutely. And bring some friends along, too. We need to keep getting new people involved in the sport. And it's really very gratifying to see the numbers of new shooters and people from all different diverse backgrounds and women all coming out to the shooting sports. And National Shooting Sports Month is a great way to emphasize that. Come on out and go and enjoy it. Along the similar lines, we've had a Step Outside program for many years to get people to ask a friend to come step outside. Well, on a brand new separate website, we've invigorated that. And if you look at the American Towns website, when people go all across the country and they move to a new town or they want to know what's going on in their town, and they go on the American Towns website, they can find out what's available in their area, both where to go shooting or hunting, and what to do when you get there, giving instructions and tips and that kind of thing about getting involved in hunting or the shooting sports. So that's a new initiative, and that's something that we've done before. We have expanded our efforts to help retailers in a number of different ways. Unfortunately, you've probably seen that there has been an increase in retail burglaries where people are stealing cars and driving them into the windows of gun stores around the country and stealing a bunch of guns in a hurry, ditching the car and getting away with the guns. Horrible situation. We don't like that. Certainly the retailers don't like it when their inventory gets stolen. The public doesn't like it. So we're about to announce a program that we started last year along with the ATF and the Justice Department. It's called Operation Secure Store, and it helps retailers keep the inventory that they have by implementing some common sense safety regulations and implementations to help the stores be more secure so the inventory stays in the store where the people who we want buying the guns and the ammunition can get a hold of it.
That's fantastic. We're always trying to do things the right way. And we've always said that. We're the good guys, and we want to follow the rules and regs, and we want to make sure the right people are getting to use these products and not the wrong guys.
Exactly. And it's so frustrating because the people who are looking for villains here, they love to demonize the industry. They love to say, we don't care, we don't do anything. But we're the ones that actually have the programs in place to stop people who shouldn't get firearms from getting them, whether it's don't lie for the other guy to stop people from buying guns for people who can't get hold of them, to Project Child Safe, to making sure that firearms are secure so little kids can't get a hold of guns in an unsupervised way. We have a suicide prevention program working with one of the suicide prevention organizations to remind people that if you see your friend that seems to be in trouble, help the friend get some help. We've got this Operation Secure Store to keep guns from being stolen from dealers. So we're actually doing things that help the situation. It's not just the anti saying, well, we need to do something. We need to do something. And they talk about things that have nothing to do with actually stopping crime or criminals and everything to do with just banning guns.
Yeah, we are doing something. We're the ones that have been doing something for 20, 30, 40 years, teaching gun safety, all these programs. So if people want to find out more about this and these programs and how to get involved, where do they need to go?
Well, NSSF.org, and there's all sorts of sub-sites in there for safety, retailers, ranges, the business, you name it, we've got it on our site, NSSF.org.
Perfect. Steve Sanetti from NSSF, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see you out there. We will be back with more gun talk in just a bit. If you want to give us a call, 866-TALK-GUNS. This is Gun Talk Radio.
For more than 70 years, Timney Triggers has been enhancing the shooter's experience. Whether it's a local competition, a day at the range, or even the hunt of a lifetime. Setting the standard in aftermarket triggers, Timney is now producing more than 170 models of triggers for bolt-action rifles, shotguns, AR rifles, and semi-automatic rifles. Proudly made in the USA since 1946. Find your new trigger at TimneyTriggers.com.
Since 1937, Ducks Unlimited has led the charge on wetlands and waterfowl conservation. Wetlands reduce the effects of flooding and recharge our drinking water, but perhaps most importantly, they allow us to experience what makes the outdoors so great. Band together to rescue our wetlands.
Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. The time is now to band together. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
Face it, sometimes more is better. That's the idea behind the double-stack, full-capacity pistols from Springfield Armory. From the groundbreaking XD to the ergonomic XDM to the latest refinements in the XD Mod 2 series, you can get subcompact, midsize, and full-size pistols in 9, 40, and 45. Carry, target, or tactical models. Fast, accurate, dependable. Don't come up short when it matters. Go full cap. Go Springfield Armory. Springfield-Armory.com.
Back with Gun Talk Radio. This is Ryan Gresham. Tom is on the injured reserve list today.
He had to call in some closers.
Yeah. So you got Ryan Gresham and Kevin Jarnigan from Gun Talk. We have a call. Line 2, Phil from Corpus Christi. Phil, what's your question?
My question has to do with ammo, and for as many friends I have, it seems like I've got just as many ideas on where to store ammo. I mean, I've got guys that are telling me, put it in a box and keep it nice and cool someplace. Put it in a gun safe. Put it in your closet. Put it in and even some guys tell me it doesn't matter where you put it, just store it. I don't know where to put. Where's the best place to place ammo that you have that you want to keep? So that you keep it in the safest place, but that it doesn't deteriorate.
Well, actually, we've started a new program. I have a special ammo shelter. If you would just mail that all to me, we'll just keep that safe and sound for you. Don't worry a thing about it.
I also have a great spot for it too. Is in your gun and downrange.
There you go. Well, really, Phil, people do ask this question a lot about storing ammo. Generally, we like to say if you would be comfortable, the ammo would be comfortable. So you don't want something that's too humid, and you don't want something that's too hot. Real hot weather, hot temperatures is not great for ammo. That being said, it's pretty resilient. So I would say, keep it indoors. If you have an air-conditioned area, maybe the garage isn't as good, but if it depends on how long you're planning to store it too. I mean, this is all metallic stuff?
Yeah, well, my kid, let me tell you what, I've got 4 boys, and they go through it kind of quick, but I try to keep it, keep enough in there so the next time we want to go out and shoot that I've got plenty to grab and we go shoot.
Sure.
But I just want to make sure that I'm not going to. Right, currently I put it in a safe, and I had a guy say, "Oh, no, don't put it in the safe. Got to keep it its own separate location." And I'm going, "Man, you got me more confused." But I kind of figured, if I could keep it someplace, I like your idea. If I'm going to feel comfortable, then that's a good spot for the ammo.
Absolutely.
That to me, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, and that's generally the advice for that. So, I wouldn't worry about it. And then you had something about a 28 gauge. Tell me about this.
I inherited a Remington 1100 28 gauge from my dad. He passed away, and he had a few guns, and the brothers, we kind of divvied them out, and I ended up with a 28 gauge. And of course, another friend said, "Hey, take that in and get it redone and get it stripped." And I'm going, wait a second, shouldn't I just leave it as is and just enjoy it as is and not get it refinished? It's in good working order. It shoots well, but I don't want to devalue a gun by having somebody strip it down. And so I wanted to get your thoughts. It's a wonderful gun. I mean, it shoots about as heavy as my 12 because it's an older gun. It's no padding. It feels like you're taking the entire blunt of the push.
Yeah, Phil. I mean, a 28 gauge is just a sweet gun. Personally, I would just get out there and shoot it. I mean, 28 gauge and Remington 1100, so sweet, so sweet. Phil, thanks for the call. We will be back with more Gun Talk Radio in a bit. Running up against a break here. Give us a call, 866-TALK-GUN. back with more Gun Talk Radio. You got Ryan Gresham, you got Kevin Jarnigan, and we are live from the Sig Sauer Range Day, leading into SHOT Show 2018. Lots of hot new products, KJ.
Yeah, I can't count them all. I mean, honestly, they've got a new air gun out that is way cool. And a new optic specifically for that. Yeah. I mean, there's just too much to going on. It really is amazing.
There's been a lot of announcements about new products coming out from SIG and from other companies, and I have to say, I'm seeing this stuff, I'm going, wow, that's not just a new color or a new caliber. This is new stuff that's cool.
They're innovating. That's what I love to see is every year you see, a few big companies and they start to really innovate and they get, new life in. They're breathing new life into our industry. And it's really special.
It's fun for gun owners these days because you go, ooh, that's fun. That's cool. I have to get one of those. So we're doing these SIG giveaways today.
Yes.
And the big grand prize, I guess I'll put it this way, is the Sig Sauer Academy package. And we've been leading up to this, and people have been signing up online to win. And just going to announce the winner, and we'll be letting them know about this, but it's Caleb K. And the cool part is, Caleb K., you are going to get all expenses paid, 2 days of private instruction. This was just told to me by Jen.
Just told.
From the Academy. She says, no, this isn't just like you need to find no, you come out and you pick whatever in the world you want to do. It's 140 acres. They have 110 different classes at the Sig Sauer Academy, and you get all expenses paid. And they said, you know what? If you don't want to bring a gun, we got guns for you. We got rifles. We got pistols. We got everything.
I would like to say that I'm going to go now. Like, my name now is Caleb K. I'd like to take this moment to thank everybody.
I am so
involved
jealous.
in this. Yeah, I am too, Caleb. Way to go, man. And this is instruction from some of the top instructors in the nation.
Absolutely. So, hope you enjoyed all this stuff. Talking about SHOT Show, I know sometimes it can be like, well, I don't get to go to SHOT Show.
Right.
Good for you guys. Well, you know what you can go to, and it's pretty much just as cool, is the NRA annual meetings. And you hear us talk about the NRA show and NRA annual meetings. Those are happening in May. It's first week in May, and it's in Dallas, Texas. And all the gun companies are there, and they have all their stuff. It's like the world's biggest gun store.
And they're launching new stuff there.
That's true.
So if you don't get an introduction here, you're going to get to see the same product that we're going to see here. But companies are launching products throughout the year, and NRA happens to land at one of those times when companies start to launch new products. So you'll get to see it new there. And a lot of the same people. We're there.
Oh, yeah. Max Michelle will be there. He'll be up on the SIG stage at the Sig Sauer booth, giving demonstrations, giving instruction. Lena will be doing that stuff, too. Man, we got to cover some stuff today, didn't we?
Oh, my gosh. It really has been a great show and a lot of great products featured. And, a lot of great tips out there. And I'm excited. One of the cool things about this giveaway is that they're coming up with new techniques out at the SIG Academy, and I want to learn more about this light discipline that they're talking about.
Continuing ed, baby. We got to go get trained up. So, it's the new year. Make a commitment to get out there and do some more shooting, and make a commitment to take more people shooting. It makes a difference. It's fun. You may even get some new shooting buddies along the way.
Well, you don't only get new shooting buddies, as we as an industry always talk about your recruitment and retention. And 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen is if you recruit them, they're going to stay because it's so much fun.
Absolutely. So thanks for listening to Gun Talk Radio. Tune in to us on Facebook and YouTube this week. We'll be doing lots of live video broadcasts from the SHOT Show covering all these new products, and you can see it in action and even ask questions. That's it for us. We'll talk to you next time on Gun Talk Radio.